Oh my gosh. Just me talking about it, like, I can still, like, hear the damn roar. Hey guys, Ethan here. Welcome back to the channel. So, today's video, this is me reacting to the tornado event that happened in 2021. This is the same exact event that I've predicted several years ago. So, this is the last time I'll ever be talking about this because I don't want to bore you guys with it. But I am going to mention something in the video, probably two things in the video, and I will talk about more later on. But without further ado, let's go and take a look at this. So now that you have heard everything from that YouTube short, I want to break down two things that stood out to me the most because I don't know if I have actually mentioned this before in my other video, the previous one I talked about this event, but I'm just going to speak it out anyway. So first one is that low rumbling sound in the background, that's actually the tornado roar itself. And if you guys did not know about this, tornadoes do roar, and usually it's the wind doing that, but that's actually the tornado doing that. So if you guys did not know about that, well, there you go. And every time I keep listening back to back through that video, that tornado roar always, like, pretty much triggers my mind about going back to that moment of my prediction. And oh my gosh, just me talking about it, like, I can still, like, hear the damn roar so loud. And compared to that one though, it's a bit farther away. So, but between this one and the one I predicted though, they're still the same. So even though they kind of sound a bit different, but it's still relatively the same. The next one I want to point out is that the shape of the tornado. So compared to the one in my prediction that I foresaw, it's the same size. And I looked up other videos about the same event, and it's pretty much the same, like, all the action around it, the movement and everything else, it's pretty much, like, it's, I don't know how to say though, like, it's pretty much within, like, it's in sync with the prediction I saw in my dream though. It's pretty much, like, all within connected. So that's pretty much all I had to say for that one. So this one's a very tricky one to answer because people that have heard and seen this tornado event, they are calling it the quasi tornado, which I don't blame them for that. I'm not really going to correct them at all. I'm not really going to judge them for that. But what I am going to say, to be very clear about this, is this was a quad-state supercell. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are very few rare evidence from a few storm spotters, storm chasers, or meteorologists that they have actually confirmed that there was a second EF4. Now, if you guys don't believe me, you guys can check out the video yourself. I'm not really going to leave a link down below. Just type in quad state, supercell, or tornado, whatever you want to prefer to, and you can see the evidence yourself. But this was actually two EF4s that occurred on that same day. And if you guys did not know about this, is that certain supercell thunderstorms can have a very long-lasting tornado, and sometimes another supercell thunderstorm would produce one, but then it'll cut the thundercloud rotation and make another one, basically. So I would say for me, it's uncommon. It's not rare, but it's uncommon for something like that to ever happen. And most tornado videos I've seen, though, usually have a very long-lasting path. So sometimes the thundercloud doesn't dissipate or dissolve. That's basically what I'm trying to point out. But this was a quad-state supercell, just to clear that out. So did this one beat the 1925 of the tri-state supercell? This one might be very surprising but very disappointing, but to those that have heard of this event and watched many videos about the quad-state supercell, that event did not beat the tri-state supercell of 1925. The reasons why I'm saying this because the fatality numbers of the quad-state supercell was much lower, and I'm not saying that it should have much higher fatality numbers. I don't think it should have, but compared to the tri-state supercell, that fatality number was extremely high. So it was almost like over 600 fatalities, which is very high compared to the quad-state supercell. The fatality number on the quad-state supercell, it's not entirely accurate because the numbers keep changing in and out from different article sources, so it's not very accurate though for some reason. Because I'm seeing like up to 70, up to 90, or it could be over 100 fatalities. It's not very accurate though, because people are getting really mixed up about the amount of deaths that occurred there. I will say this though that this event did break. I will say this though that it did break the longest track record in history though. It wasn't much more deadlier, but it did break a very long track record that no other storm spotter or storm chaser or meteorologist have ever witnessed at all. So that's my answer for that. And if somehow this did have more fatality numbers, like maybe up to, I'm not saying it should have been like that, but if it was around like 3 or to 400 fatalities, then I would reconsider that. Compared to the tri-state supercell, a lot of people were saying it's the tri-state tornado, but I got like very little evidence because back in those times, we didn't have this technology. We didn't have like very good, like news reporting, things like that. Those are like very old-fashioned like days. But from the article sources that I have learned about that event, they're saying it's a family of tornadoes. So I would say that's just a not quad-state, tri-state supercell, not a single tornado. People are saying it is though, but I would call it a supercell. And same thing for the current one I predicted. So this one's a very complicated one to answer because Mother Nature is always going to be unpredictable, and that event was extremely rare for something like this to ever happen. And will we ever have another event similar to this, or will we have a very long-lasting twister that will never dissolve and then produce another one. I don't really know for sure because, like I said before, Mother Nature is very unpredictable. And in order for something like this to ever happen again, and I don't know how the conditions are going to be just right, but if the storm is moving pretty damn fast, around like 60, 65, or nearly 70 miles per hour, then it could be possible. But the problem is with a supercell that is producing a tornado that is moving that fast, the rotation has to be well within balance, because if the rotation is going with the speed of the thunderstorm, there's a chance where the thundercloud may accidentally cut its own rotation off, and then it'll have to reorganize and then do a second formation, which that's what happens to most supercells if they're going too fast. So, but if somehow we ever get the first ever quasi-state tornado that doesn't dissolve or dissipate while it's doing its own destruction, then we might have our first ever supercell that does not break its own funnel rotation. But the tri-state supercell didn't have that capability though, because in the article that I found, it said family of tornadoes, so obviously I'm not saying it's impossible for Mother Nature to have a one long lasting torso that's gonna go to 2 or 3 or even 4 states, because it has to be in the right conditions, otherwise it'll just have another tornado formation, basically just producing 2 twisters. So, but overall, I would say for me though, I am completely unsure if this will ever happen again. But this was the last time I'll ever pretty much discuss about this event though, and I still wish for those souls to be in peace though, and I always keep telling myself that I shouldn't be bummed out about it, but it's already in the past. So, but right now, if you guys didn't know, that I am actually a weather psychic, so I do make video reports on what is to be expected for every month. But for some reason, I did not get a tornado prediction, because there are already like a couple of tornadoes that have been reported for this month. Hopefully, Spirit will pretty much give me insights. But if you guys want to know more insights before that event's gonna happen, then please follow me, and I'll try my best to make these video reports, but I may not get everything because I am not the only weather psychic. So there may be other weather psychics around the world that can do the same thing I can, so you might follow them as well. But who knows what will be next for the next tornado event or another crazy outbreak. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video though. If you guys like this video, please leave a like. And as always, I'll see you guys another time. So, peace out.